Hello, let's look at the SPM Mathematics trial paper for 2022, Selangor paper, paper 2. So let's look at the questions. So if we go to the first question, okay, in section A here, I want to first sketch the graph. Okay, sketch the graph of y equals to sine 2x in the answer space for x in between 0 and 360, from 0 to 360 degrees. Okay, y equals sine 2x. So a sine bx plus c. A is the amplitude, how high it goes. B is the frequency, how many times the whole thing repeats in 360 degrees. C is the middle line, basically, how much it shifts up or down. So in this case, B is 2, means the frequency is 2, means the sine graph repeats twice within 360 degrees. So it will be going up, yeah, then going down, going up, actually I should try to make it more symmetrical, but it's not so important. Okay, more or less symmetrical is fine. Yeah, it should go up to the same height, and it should go down the same at the bottom as well. Yeah, so it goes down to -1, goes up to 1. Here at the end is the 360 degrees. So you see, if I split into 4, each one here is 90, 90, 180, 270, 360. So they want the period of the graph. Period of the graph is how many degrees it takes to go one cycle, for one full cycle, which in this case is 180 degrees. Okay, I can put here 180 degrees. That's it. Okay, then we look at question 2. Diagram 2 shows a parabolic bridge arch as drawn on the Cartesian plane. So I have the parabolic arch forms quadratic equation, hx equals -x squared plus 2x plus 24. So I want the maximum height of the bridge arc in meters measured from the horizontal surface of the arc. Yeah, of the arc floor. Maximum height. Basically, what I want is the maximum point. Okay, it's the maximum point. So to find the maximum point, if we're given the function, the best way of doing it is to use negative b over 2a, the formula for axis of symmetry, which is not given, but recommended to remember, to memorize it. So negative b is 2 over 2a. A is -1. So this will give you this will give you 1. So x value is 1. Then we substitute into the function. Okay, means I find h1. So it's -1 square plus 2 times 1 plus 24. So it's -1 plus 2 plus 24, which is 25. Then we get 25 meters, basically. Should be meters. Yeah, but just 25 is fine. Then part B. Contractor will use 2 bars of solid iron to build a horizontal bridge arch. Price of a kilogram of solid iron is 220. Given that the mass of solid iron is 6.313 kg per meter, how much does the contractor have to pay for the 2 bars of solid iron? So, you see, this, I need the width of the bridge. Okay. So I need to see where it starts and where it stops, which is at the x-intercept. So I have to find the x-intercept. So x-intercept is when hx equals 0. So negative x squared plus 2x plus 24 equals 0. I change everything from negative to positive and positive to negative. X squared minus 2x minus 24 equals 0. It's better to factorize like this. Factors of 24. 24 is 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6. To get minus 2, minus 6 plus 4. So plus 4 minus 6. So it's either x plus 4 is 0, x is negative 4, or x minus 6 is 0, then x is 6. Means it goes from negative 4 until 6. Okay, find the difference. 6 minus negative 4, 10. 10 meters. So 10 meters, 2 bars of solid iron. Mass is 6.313 kg per meter, and for each kg is 220. So 10 meters, 2 bars, the weight 6.313 kg per meter times 2 ringgit and 20 cents per kg. So I calculate this. Then times 2 times 6.313 times 2.2, which is 277 ringgit 77 cents. Okay. Yeah. That is the cost. 277 ringgit 77 cents. Next, question 3. So diagram 3 here shows 2 plots of land shaped rectangle and right angled triangle. If the area of the 2 plots of land is the same, find the value of x. Area is the same. Basically, I just equate them being the same area in terms of x. So triangle, half times base times height, 5 times 10 to the power 5. So it's equal to this area, 5.4 times 10 to the power 6 times 4 times 10 to the power 4. Just calculate. So half times 5 times 10 to the power 5. Let's put in mixed number. Shift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2.5 times 10 to the power 5 x. This one 5.4 times 10 to the power 6 times 4 times 10 to the power 4. It is 2.16 times 10 to the power 11. Bring over the 2.5 times 10 to the power 5. Just divide. Okay, so bracket 2.15 times 10 to the power 11 divide bracket 2.5 times 10 to the power 5. So I get 8.6, shift back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 10 to the power 5. Oh, sorry, my bad. Type wrongly. I keyed wrongly here. It's 2.16. So 8.64 times 10 to the power 5. That's it. Okay, that's for question 3. Question 4. So first, state whether statement is true or false. All squares are rectangles. All squares are rectangles is true. If it's the other way, all rectangles are square, then it's wrong. But all squares are considered rectangles. Okay, as long as opposite sides, same length, all the angles inside 90 degrees is a rectangle. And square has all the property of a rectangle. It's just one extra property whereby all the sides are the same. Yeah, so all squares are rectangle is correct. That's true. This one, I have premise 1. If the number of sides of polygon T is 6 sides, then sum of interior angles polygon T is 720. Conclusion, number of sides of polygon T is not 6 sides. So conclusion is not this. Means the premise 2 will be not this. Yeah. The sum of the, should I write down here? It's a bit long. The sum of the interior angles of polygon T is not 720 degrees. Yeah. And part C. I want the converse and contrapositive of the implication here. If P more than 5, then P plus 5 more than 10. So converse would be swapping the antecedent and consequent around. Means if P plus 5 more than 10, then P more than 5. And contrapositive is a combination of inverse and converse. Means swap and negate both statements. So if P plus 5, instead of more than, it becomes less or equals 10. Then P less or equals 5. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Then question 5. Diagram 4 here shows a rhombus OPQR. So given the straight line equation of OP is 2y equals negative x, and the point Q lies on 10 units from O on the x-axis. Q lies 10 units from O, means this is negative 10 here. Okay, OP, this line, the equation 2y equals negative x. Yeah, so I want equation for straight line PR. So this is a rhombus. Rhombus means the diagonals will be 90 degrees. So if this is horizontal line, this PR will be a vertical line. And it should be right in the middle. It should be the midpoint. It's the perpendicular bisector of each other. So here it should be right at the midpoint, negative 5, means x equals negative 5. That's for A. For B, equation for straight line QR. Okay, QR. So QR and POP should be parallel. Means they should have the same gradient. So 2y equals negative x. If I bring over, y is negative half x. Means gradient is negative half. And I know point Q. So y equals mx plus c. I just need to find the c. By subbing in the point Q, y will be 0 and x will be negative 10 and plus c. So this is 5 plus c. C is negative 5. So means y equals negative half x minus 5. Yeah, that's how we find equation of QR. That's question 5. Then question 6. Diagram 5 shows a shaded region satisfying 3 linear inequalities showing the number of shirts and trousers brought by Adrian to attend a course abroad for a month. Okay, so I want to state all the inequalities. So I state one by one here. Each of these represents an inequality. Okay, so first inequality, let's look at this vertical line. To the left means less when compared with x. And x value here is 11. Vertical line means x equals something. So x equals 11 here. To the left, less. And dotted line, there's no equal. X less than 11. Okay. This line is y equals x. So below means less. And then again, dotted line. So y less than x. And the third one, 3y equals x here. Above, and that's equal because solid line. So y 3y more equals x. So these are the 3 inequalities. Then I want the maximum number of trousers carried. Trousers is your y, means maximum y. Maximum y would be here. It actually doesn't include this. Yeah. It doesn't include here. Okay. It cannot be here also. It doesn't include. It can also not be here. Not here. Not here. So the highest it can be is this one, which gives you 9 trousers and 10 shirts. So maximum number of trousers is actually 9. Because it must be, yeah, it doesn't include the points, exact points there. And number of shirts and trousers must be integers. There's no way it can be decimals. You can't bring like point something of a trouser. Doesn't make sense. Okay. Then question 7. Enjin Malik bought fire insurance for his house worth 600,000 ringgit. Okay. Fire insurance policy that bought core insurance provision insured 9% of the insurable value and 5,000 deductible. So if Enjin Malik insure his house in the amount of 400,000 and receive compensation 75,000. So I want amount of loss from the fire. So first, let's look at how much he needs to insure, which is 90%, because co-insurance 90%. So 90% of the value of the house, 600,000. So calculate that first. 90% of 600,000, it will be 540,000. Okay. Now, basically, how much he gets is how much he will be compensated is how much he bought over how much he needs to buy. Okay. Times the loss minus the deductible. Deductible is 5,000. Then that will be equals to the 75,000. Sorry, no space. Yeah, that will be equals to the 75,000. So let's simplify this first. 400,000 divide 540,000 is 20 over 27 times the loss. Bring over the 5,000 minus opposite plus. So I plus 5,000, which is 80,000. Bring over the fraction, flip it around, times 27 over 20. So 80,000 times 27 over 20 is 108,000. Means the loss is 108,000 ringgit. Yeah, that's for the question 7. Right? And the question 8. One Tan owns a house in Sri Damansara and a house in Petaling Jaya. She lives in a house in Sri Damansara, which has annual value of 18,000 ringgit, and rents out a house in Petaling Jaya at the rate of 1,400 ringgit per month. So in February 2022, she received a property assessment tax bill for year 2022 for both of her houses. So given property assessment tax rates for houses in Sri Damansara and Petaling Jaya is 8% and 6.5% respectively. Calculate total amount of property assessment tax that one time has to pay for each half a year. Okay. Now, we count annual value. Okay. Property assessment tax, we take it based on annual value. So let's look at it separately for the Sri Damansara one and the Petaling Jaya one. Sri Damansara one is 18,000. Property assessment tax rate for that is 8%. So 8%, 18,000. I count 8% of 18,000. 8% times 18,000 is 1,440 ringgit. For Petaling Jaya, first I need to count annual value. Means I take the rental price times 12. 1,400 times 12. 16,800 ringgit. So the rate is 6.5%. So I take 6.5% of the 16,800. Which is 1,092 ringgit. Okay. Then we have to see the annual amount, the total annual amount, 1,440 plus 1,092. Two, 532. That's the full year. Then we count half year. Means I divide by 2. Okay, because they want half a year, so split into half. So it's 1,266. 1,266 ringgit. That's it. Okay. Okay. Then question 9. Area of a curved surface L cm square for a cone varies directly with the radius of its base J cm and inclined height S cm. Given L is 392 cm square when diameter of the base is 14 cm, S is 16 cm. Express L in terms of J and S. Yeah. So these variations. So pay attention to the variables that we have, the L, J, and S, how it varies. L varies directly, so equals to K times with the radius of its base, the R, J. Yeah. Okay, J is for Jajari. Then, and the inclined height S. Yeah, S. So L equals K times JS. So sub in the values of L, J, and S. 392 equals K times J. J is radius, but what is given here is the diameter. So I need to take half of that, 7 times S. S is 16. Yeah. So 7 times 16 is 112. Bring over the 112. 392 divide 112 equals to K. Okay, times opposite divide. So 392 divide 112 is 7 over 2 or 3.5. Okay, you can put decimal, you can put fraction, doesn't really matter. Let's say I put 7 over 2. Then L equals 7 over 2 JS. That's it. That's the L in terms of J and S. Yeah. Now question 10. Diagram 6 represents OB, graph of OB, which represents motion of particle P, while graph OCDE represents motion of particle Q for a period of t seconds. So state the uniform speed for Q. Uniform speed for Q means the speed when the speed doesn't change, this part. So the speed is 16. So very straightforward. Yeah. A is just 16 meters per second. And for the B, in t seconds, difference in distance traveled between particle P and particle Q is 24 meters within t seconds. Means this area versus this whole trapezium area, difference is 24 meters. So the Q1 must be more. Okay. Let's find distance for particle Q first. So trapezium, half times sum of parallel sides. Here is t, here is c to d is t minus 12. from 12 until t. So half times t plus t minus 12 times the height 16. Okay. So half times 16 is 8. 8 times 2t minus 12. 16t minus 96. Yeah. Distance for Q. Distance for P. It's just a triangle, half times base times height. So it's just half times t times 16, which is 8t. Okay. Then the difference in the distance is 24, means 16t minus 96 minus 8t equals to 24. So 16t minus 8t is 8t. Bring over 96 minus become plus, which is 120. Then bring over the 8 times 8, opposite divide 8. Value of t is 15. That's it. Yeah. Then section B questions. So we look at question 11. Calculate mean and variance of the number of questions answered. Yeah. So I want the mean and the variance. Yeah, let me do it here. Mean. Quite straightforward. Basically is sum of frequency times number of questions over total frequency. So it means I just take 10 times 1 plus 8 times 2 plus 7 times 3. Don't think I can fit. Yeah. Times 5 plus 5 times 4 plus 3 times 5 plus 3 times 6 plus 2 times 7 over the total frequency, which is 10 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2. Just add them together. Yeah. So 10 times 1 plus 8 times 2 plus 7 times 3 plus 5 times 4 plus 3 times 5 plus 3 times 6 plus 2 times 7. 114 over 10 plus 8 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2, 38. 114 over 38, 3. So mean is 3. Then variance formula is given. Yeah. Variance is just without square root, sum of fx square over total frequency minus the mean square. So let's find sum of fx square first. Sum of fx square. Sum of fx square is similar to this, just all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to square them. So 10 times 1 square, 8 times 2 square, 7 times 3 square, 5 times 4 square, 3 times 5 square, 3 times 6 square, 2 times 7 square, which is 466. Yeah. Then I use the formula. Variance, sum of fx square, 466 over total frequency, 38 minus mean square. Mean 3, so minus 3 square. 466 over 38 minus 3 square. which is 3.263. Yeah, if you put 3.263, you can 4 decimals was that, then 3.2632. But 3 decimals also is fine actually, unless it tell you how many decimals they want it or how many significant figures. Yeah, if not, generally 4 is fine. At B1, complete table 2 in answer space on page 20. So basically for the 30 students who watch the learning video on YouTube in the afternoon. Yeah, just fill in cumulative frequency. So 5, keep adding the next one. 5 plus 4, 9. 9 plus 8, 17. 17 plus 6, 23. 23 plus 4, 27. 27 plus 3, 30. Upper boundary is between the upper limit and lower limit of the next class. 20 and 21 in between 20.5. And 40.5, 60.5, 80.5, 100.5, and 120.5. Just like that. Yeah. And B2, I want to draw a cumulative histogram. Yeah. Okay, cumulative histogram. So scale is given. Scale of 2 cm to 20 minutes. Yeah, on x-axis, 2 cm, 5 students on y-axis. So let me put it here. So basically, draw the graph. Some don't really have enough space. This is not very well scanned. Okay. But yeah, that's why it's a bit crooked here, but don't worry too much about it. This one goes up. So here is 0 frequency. So I don't connect for the x. I want to start from the first lower boundary. Instead of upper boundary, I start from lower boundary 0.5. Then 20.5. 40.5. 60.5. 80.5. 100.5. Up to the 120.5. Up to the last upper boundary. Then cumulative frequency 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35. Actually, I just need to go up 30. Then just draw the bars. First one goes up to 5. And then next one will be up to 9. So here is 10, means 2 small boxes below will be the 9. Yeah, because every 10 small box is 5, means I divide by 5 divided by 10, 0.5 means each one small box is 0.5. That's how it works. Then next one, 17. Yeah, something like that. And then 23. Okay, sorry, my bad. My scale is wrong. I skipped the 25. So yeah, 23 is here. Then 27. And last one is 30. Scroll up to the 30 here. Yeah. So we sum that this. Yeah, that's it. That's the histogram. Just make sure, and you have to, of course, label time, minutes, and here cumulative frequency. Yeah, you need to label what your axis represents. Other than that, basically it's just like that. Okay. Then version 12. So I want to draw the full scale for the plan of the solid. Plan of the solid, so means plan view. So what we see on the plan view, basically, we follow those parts that are parallel with where with the projection plane, which is following this measurement. Yeah. So if I start with a 6 cm, then to the right by 3 cm, and then it goes up. H is midpoint, so means in the middle, means it goes up by 3 cm. And then to the right here, H to J is the 7 cm. Then it goes up 3 cm and connect back to this corner. Yeah, so you will be something like that. This line should go all the way. Yeah, because you can see this line from the top. This line and also this line. It can be seen from the top. So label the corners. So this is E and D, F, G, and C, L, K, here is J, here will be the H, here will be B and A. Yeah. Okay, so your measurements has to be correct. all the measurements you have to follow exactly. Okay, you cannot just estimate. Now I'm just estimating because I don't have a ruler here, but you have to use a ruler, measure exactly whatever measurements that they give. And for the part B, I want to draw the side elevation view. Side elevation view from X here. So let's draw this one first. Okay, so draw the 7 cm and 6 cm first. Yeah, so it is 7 cm. (6 cm). Then this line from E to A, the line, you just connect from corner to corner. Don't need the measurement. Yeah. Then, see here, here is 3 cm. So 3 cm from here, right in the middle, we draw a line that connects to here. Yeah. So we need this point as well. They say FG is 2 cm from the question. So I have to measure. So here to here is 7 cm. But I need to measure a 2 cm here. Okay, I need to measure a 2 cm here and connect that to the midpoint here. Yeah, something like that, somewhere around that. So here is 3 cm, 3 cm. And this one is 2 cm from the top. Okay, then we label the corners on top EF, here GL, D, C, and K. H and J, A and B, but actually this one, this line is not a solid line. Okay, it should be a dotted line because it's not a line that I can see from the X direction. So you need to make it a dotted line. Yeah. So you'll be like this. Okay, lines that we cannot see, put it as dotted line. Lines that we can see, then yeah, use solid line. Again, make sure you measure everything according to the measurements correctly. Then question 13, matrices. So part A, I just need to find value of K if matrix P does not have an inverse matrix. So that is very simple. Has no inverse matrix means determinant is 0. AD minus BC equals 0. So I just need to take 3K minus negative 2 times 4 equals 0. 3K plus 8 is 0. 3K is negative 8. K will be negative 8 over 3. That's for part A. Yeah. As for part B, Lisa and Honey went to a gift shop to buy greeting cards and ribbons for Teacher's Day celebration. Lisa purchased 6 pieces of cards, 4 rows of ribbons, while Honey purchased 2 pieces of cards and 3 rows of ribbons, 11 ringgit and 6 ringgit respectively. So I want to form the equations first. Okay. Let's say you can use XY. You can also use other letters if you want. It doesn't really matter. So let's just say I take X for cards, Y for ribbons. Means 6X plus 4Y, 11 ringgit. 2 cards plus 3 ribbons, 2X plus 3Y, 6 ringgit. Okay. So using matrix method means I need to form the matrix 6, 4, 2, 3 times xy equals 11, 6. Yeah. Okay, then I solve the matrix. So to find xy, I times the inverse of the 6, 4, 2, 3 on both sides, times in front here, left with xy, times in front on the right side of the equation, 1 over AD minus BC, switch A and D, negative the B and C, times 11, 6. So this is 1 over 18 minus 8, 10. Yeah, then multiply. First matrix follow the rows, second matrix follow the columns. So 3 times 11, 33. Negative 4 times 6, minus 24. Second row, first column. Negative 2 times 11, negative 22. 6 times 6, plus 36. So 1 over 10, 9, and 14. Times in 0 0.9, 1.4. So xy is 0 0.9, 1.4. Okay, x is the price of cut, means cut is 90 cents each. Ribbons, 1 ringgit 40 cents each row. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Question 14. So part A, Isa wants to build a kitten cage. Cross section of the rectangular cage with width x meters and length 4x meters. So it's good to sketch it out. So this is a cage. We're only talking about the cross section. So it should be a rectangular cage. So cross section is a rectangle. Length is 4x, width is x. So L represents area of the cross section. Express L in terms of x, means L is 4x times x. So L is 4x squared. That's it. Okay, based on 14a, complete table 3. Yeah, so we just fill in using L equals 4x squared. Yeah. So means I take 4 times 3 square, 36, and 4 times 5 square, 100. Yeah, that's to fill in. And part C, draw the graph for x in between 0 to 5. So scale is 2 cm 1 meter on x-axis, 2 cm 10 units on y-axis. Let me put here. So on x-axis, 2 cm 1 meter. So from 0 to 5. Okay. Yeah, let's draw 0 to 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the L value, each 2 cm to 10 units, each box 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That's the L. And this is the X. Then plot the points. 0, 0. You have to draw the line for axis also, but because this is not very strict, so yeah, so I won't really draw the lines. So 1, 4, 2, 16, 3, 36, 4, 64, 5 is 100. Yeah, then we just draw the curve. So try to draw it as smooth of a curve as possible. So one tip I can give to you when you draw curve is depending, actually like that, drawing the curve like this is a bit harder than drawing it like this. Yeah. Because your hand, your wrist movement is smoother this way because your wrist move this way. So what you can do is you can rotate the whole paper upside down. Then you try to connect it like this. Rotate it so that the paper, so that the points are in a way that you can easily draw the curve. Yeah, that's a tip for drawing a smooth curve lah, to make it easier for you to draw a smooth curve. Yeah. Okay, you can use that tip, you can don't use it. It's actually up to you. It doesn't matter that much. So yeah, basically, yeah, the curve will be something like this. And part D, based on the graph, find the cross section of the kitten cage when the width is 4.3 meters. Width is 4.3 meters. Width is x. So width 4.3 means x is 4.3. So I look for the value of x 4.3. You match to the curve. Then go to the vertical axis. So here is about 73. So it depends on your graph. It can differ slightly. Okay, it can differ slightly, but it shouldn't be too far off. According to marking scheme, it is 73 to 75. So it can be slightly, because you can curve slightly less than that. So then it will go higher a bit. But yeah, that's not so crucial. Okay. Then D2 is cross section. If ISA uses 50 meters of wire mesh to build the cross section. 50 meters of wire mesh to build the cross section means is 4x one side, x one side. So 2 times 4x plus 2x equals to 50 meters. So this is 10x is 50. Bring over the 10, divide by 10. X is 5. So when x is 5, basically. So when x is 5, matches to L value of 100. So it's 100. Yeah. That's it. Okay. Then question 15. So 15. Diagram 8 shows the position for sales booth site in the carnival. Yeah, that will be held in SMK Sinam Bestari. So it's set up using transformation. So first, describe transformation X and Y in detail. So Q is the image of P under transformation X. Q is image of P, so it flips over. So this is reflection, means X is reflection on this line, which is the y-axis. Or you can also write the line x equals 0. It's the same thing. Quadrilateral R, this one, is the image of Q under transformation Y. So from Q go to R. That's the rotation. Y is rotation. So look at the orientation is rotated 90 degrees this way. So this is anti-clockwise about the center of rotation. Again, center of rotation, if it rotates here, means it's around here. So you can just use trial error. So let's say like if I guess, say I guess here. So I join the equivalent points. It must form 90 degrees and same distance. So it doesn't make sense here. Doesn't make sense here. Doesn't make sense here. Doesn't make sense here. It should be here. You see, when I connect, the equivalent corners forms 90 degrees, same distance. So this point is 4, 4, about center 4, 4, the coordinates. Yeah, that's the transformation X and Y. Then if you look at part B, I'm given transformation TVW. So determine image of signboard M under the following combination of transformation. M starts at 8, 2. Okay. So starts at 8, 2. So VT means goes through T first. So translation just add the translation to the coordinates. So -9 becomes -1, 2 plus 6, 8. Then goes through V. V is rotation 180 degrees. At the center, -1, 5. Yeah. So -1, 8 is here. Okay. Rotation center -1, 5. -1, 5 is here. So rotate this 180 degrees, will go downwards. So it ends up here, which is -1, 2. Okay. -1, 2. Second one, VW. So from 8, 2, I go through W first. Reflection on the line y equals to x. So actually when you reflect on y equals to x, your x and y coordinate basically will kind of switch. So you see 8, 2, the line y equals to x would be a diagonal line like this. So you see if I reflect over the line, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 ends up here, which is 2, 8. Yeah. So with or without the graph, we can also know it is 2, 8. Yeah. And then goes through V, reflection, sorry, not reflection, rotation at the center -1, 5. So 2, 8 here, rotate around this point, 180 degrees, same distance on the other side. So it ends up here. Then it becomes -4, 2. Yeah. So answer -4, 2. Yeah. So you might want to state this one in between. Yeah, because it carries 4 marks each. So the one in between can give you a mark as well. Okay. Then C, determine whether sales both P and Q are congruent or not. So definitely P and Q is congruent. Because the size and shape is exactly the same. Yeah. And it stays the same when going through an isometric transformation. Okay, which is your rotation, reflection, and translation. If it goes through enlargement, then it changes size. Then it's no longer congruent. Okay, then question 16. Okay, section C question. 16, I have open house in conjunction with higher right Fitri. Part A, I have an undirected weighted graph showing road network connecting Enchik Sami's house, petrol station, Boninda's house, and Boninda's house. Each weight represents distance it can between two locations. So Enchik Sami would like to drive his car from his house to Puan Linda's house together with Enchik Lim, who will wait for him at the petrol station. Okay. So Enchik Sami drives along the shortest route and the whole journey takes 30 minutes. So first, draw a subgraph with minimum total weight from Enchik Sami's house to Puan Linda's house. Okay, let me this here, easier for us to refer. Okay. So I want a subgraph from Encik Sami's house to Puan Linda's house. Okay, so it should go through the petrol station because Encik Lim is waiting for him there. So it goes here, here. 11 here is longer than 4, 6. So 4, 6 is better than 4, 4. Yeah, like this. That would be the subgraph. So draw that part out. So it starts 4, goes up 8, go down 4, to the right 6, to the right some more 4, and go up 4. Yeah, use a ruler to draw. Okay. Average speed in km per hour of Encik Sami's house for the whole journey. So actually, they say it takes 30 minutes. What I have is the distance. So let's find total distance first, which is 8 plus 4 plus, sorry, 8 is here. 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 4. 30 km. So average speed in km per hour is 30 km divided by number of hours. 30 minutes change to hours. So divide by another 60. So it's 60 km per hour. Okay, that's for A2. And part B. One Linda invited 120 guests for an open house. She prepared a cylindrical water container and conical glass as shown in diagram 10. So, if every guest refills their drinks 5 times, is the volume of drinks in the container enough to accommodate all the needs? So I count volume needed will be 120 guests times 5 drinks each times volume of 1 glass. So each glass is a cone. So 1/3 times pi r square h. Pi 20/7 times radius square. 7/2 square times height 9. So calculate that. It's 120 times 5 times 1/3 times 22/7 times 7/2 is 3.5. 3.5 square times 9. So 69,300 cm cube. That's the volume that is needed. Volume of drink, cone, sorry, not cone, cylinder, cylindrical is pi r square h. Pi times radius square, diameter is 40, means radius is half of that, 20 square times height, 50. Okay. 22/7 times 20 square times 50. 62857 1/7 cm cube. So you see, if I compare these two, this is less than the 69,300 cm cube, which is the volume of water needed. Yeah. So that means the volume of drink in the container is not enough to accommodate all the needs. Yeah, it's not enough because the volume is less than the volume needed if each person refills the drinks 5 times when there's 110 guests. Yeah. Okay. Then part C. After the meal, Encik Sami shares a box of chocolate with Encik Lim as dessert. The chocolate box contains 3 pieces of dark chocolate, 5 pieces of white chocolates. Encik Sami takes a piece of chocolate at random from the box and eats it. Then Encik Lim takes a piece of chocolate at random. Calculate the probability that both chocolates chosen by them are same color. So same color, it can be dark and dark. It can be white chocolate and white chocolate. So I need to count probability that both are white plus probability both are dark. If both are dark means 3 pieces of dark chocolate out of total 8. And then another dark after taking 1 means 2 left and total left with 7. Plus if white chocolate 5 out of 8 at first, after taking 1 left with 4 in total, and total is left with 7. So means this is 3/28 plus 5/14. So it's 13/28. Just add them together. That's it. That's 3 marks. Then part D. From the 120 guests who attended open house banquet, the original ratio of children to adults is K to 3. After 4 children and 6 adults return home, ratio remains the same. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Basically, how many leaves? If the ratio remains the same after that number of children and adult returns leave, means the number of children and adults who live is the same as the ratio. So simplify 2/3 equals K/3, then K is 2. Yeah. Then this one, original number of children attending the open house banquet. So ratio is 2 to 3, means number of children, I take 2 parts out of total is 5, because I want total, times the total number of guests, 120, that would be number of children. So 2 over 5 times 120, I get 48. Yeah. So we don't take 2 over 3 because 2 to 5, I want the total ratio because what I have is total number of guests, not the number of guests not the number of guests not the number of adults, sorry. Yeah. Then question 17. Okay, I have all this. First, I want to draw a Venn diagram to show relation between the three technological device mentioned in table 4. So H for mobile phone, L for laptop, T for tablets. So draw the sets. So all three of them should have intersections. Okay. So let's say I put handphone, laptop, tablets. So always find the intersection first. So all three, H and L and T means right in the middle, 10. Then look at the intersection between mobile phone and tablet, handphone and tablet. Here is 5, means there's already 1 here, here will be 4. Laptop and tablet, this part will be 10. There's already a 1 here, so left with 9. Mobile phone and laptop, handphone and laptop here. Yeah, whole thing is 15. So already 1 here, left with 14. Whole set H is 60. So 60 minus 14 minus 4 minus 1, 41. Yeah, laptop is 40. So I take 40 minus 14 minus 1 minus 9, which is 16. Tablet, whole set of tablet 30. So 30 minus 1 minus 9 minus 4, 16. 16 here. That would be the Venn diagram. Okay. Then A2. Can calculate total number of students who use at least 2 technologies during online class. So at least 2 technologies. So basically, it will be all this. So it's just 14 plus 1 plus 9 plus 4. So it's 28. Yeah. That's for part A. Part B. Determine which tablet Helen's mother should buy. So tablet P, tablet Q here, base 5, base 8, the prices. So to compare, I need it to be in the same base. You can change from base 5 to base 8 or base 8 to base 5, or you can even change both to base 10. It doesn't really matter. But we have to compare in the same base. Now, so let's say I change from base 8 to base 5. So base 8 to base 5. First, I change to base 10. To change to base 10, just for information, you can even use your calculator to do that. Yeah. Okay, put mode base, start from octal 2722 equals, then put decimal 1490 in base 10. You can also expand slowly, power 0, 1, 2, 3. 2 times 8 to the power 3 plus 7 times 8 to the power 2 plus 2 times 8 to the power 1 plus 2. Then get this. But Actually do write that. Okay. Because there are 4 marks here. Okay, so it does carry some marks as well. Yeah, let's put that in. Then convert to base 5, divide by 5. 1490 divided by 5 is 298, no remainder, remainder 0. Divide by another 5, 59. So the fraction part I times the base to get the remainder. Remainder 3. 59 divided by 5, 11, remainder 4. Divided by 5, 2, remainder 1. Divided by 5, 0, remainder 2. So take remainder from bottom to top, 21430 base 5. So comparing these two, obviously Q is more expensive. So tablet P, because it is cheaper. Yeah. Next, part C. Helen's mother used a credit card to buy the tablet. She received her credit card statement for January from Bank Mastra. Statement shows Helen's mother has current amount outstanding balance of 5,500. So assume that she did not use in February. If she only makes minimum payment for January and statement date is 15 days from expiry of the interest-free period. Yeah. What is the balance shown in Helen's mother February statement? Annual interest rate 18%. So we find minimum payment. So minimum payment is either 5%, yeah, 5% or 50 ringgit minimum. So if I take 5% of 5,500, obviously it's more than 50. 5% times 5,500, 275 ringgit. That's the minimum payment made. So there is no late payment charge. There's only finance charge. Finance charge. Finance charge should be on the transaction. Means it should be principal 5,500 times interest rate 18% times time 15 days out of 365. Time must be in years. So is 5,500 times 18% times 15 out of 365 days. So it's 40 ringgit 68 cents. Yeah. Then the balance in February statement is 5,500 minus how much she paid, 275, plus back the finance charge. So that will be 5,265 ringgit 68 cents. So if you see if you check marking scheme online, is different from mine. Yeah, that one is wrong. Yeah, finance charge should be on the principal value. Sorry, should be on the statement value. Okay, it's count when actually no. Actually, this question is a bit weird. Sorry, I interpret a bit wrongly. By right, it should be when the transaction is made. But this is only counting when the statement is made. When the statement is given. So it's only during the statement period. Means is 5,500 minus 275. 5225. Yeah, 38 ringgit 65 cents. So the question is a bit weird here. 8.65. So 5263.65. Yeah. By right, it shouldn't be like that. There is also finance charge from the date the transaction is made until the statement date. Yeah. But this question doesn't state that part. Okay. So yeah, the second part, state one advantage of usage of credit card. One advantage of usage is actually there's a lot of advantage. You can talk about no need to carry cash. You can talk about you can buy make payment or buy things online. You can even talk about auto debit payment of bills. Yeah, auto debit payment of bills. You have statement to track your spendings. There's rewards and cashbacks. So a lot of, yeah. So I would say what is more exclusive to credit cards would be can pay without having the cash first. Yeah, means even if you don't have the cash at the moment, your salary haven't come in, you don't have the money. Next week only your salary comes in, you still can buy it first because maybe now there's a promo, there's a discount. Pay now, you get cheaper. Yeah, but your salary haven't come in, so you actually cannot afford it at the moment, but you know it's gonna come in 1 week, which is yeah, so you can use it to pay first. That kind of thing. Okay. But yeah, you can talk about others also. Like no need to carry cash, rewards and cashbacks, withdraw money from ATM, anything that's logical. Then part D. So Helen's mother placed the tablet she bought in a box with dimension of 25 cm, 18 cm, and 9 cm. Wrapped it with a wrapping paper before presented to Helen. I want the minimum area of the wrapping paper needed by Helen's mother to wrap the box. So for me, I would say it's best to sketch out that box first. Okay. So 25, 18, 9. So I want to wrap the box. So means I'm considering the total surface area. So means I take 2 times of top and bottom, 25 times 18, plus 2 times of right and left, 18 times 9, plus 2 times of front and back, 25 times 9. Yeah, then we just add together. 2 times 25 times 18 plus 2 times 18 times 9 plus 2 times 25 times 9. So it's 1674 cm square. And that would be the minimum area of wrapping paper needed. Why is it minimum area? Because when you wrap, you don't exactly just cover every surface, but that's the minimum you would need. Yeah, generally you need more than that. So yeah, basically that's it. So yeah, that's all for the Selangor paper 2. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.